Greetings, folks. Look, lots of people now have asked me, Michelle, are you attending the peaceful protest on this Saturday in the Garden of Remembrance at 2 p.m. on Saturday? And I said I am. Now, I envisage this will be a peaceful protest. I've seen there on social media that O'Connell Street has been all barricaded off at the sides of the street and other streets in Dublin, and I believe that they're placing water cannons in situ. Now, I don't envisage anything other than this being a peaceful protest. And when you think about it, it's all the mothers, the Great Manana Hearn, pushing their babies and their children in prams and buggies that attend these protests. And why would they need the use of water cannons for this peaceful protest? And look, the reason I believe why the Irish mothers have to bring their children to these protests is that they're not being supported financially by the state, which has stated in our Bunreacht na Héireann, our Irish constitution, where it recognises that her life within the home, woman gives the state a support without which the common good cannot be achieved, and the state should endeavour to support mothers. So, to be honest, I can't see any purpose of water cannons at these protests. This is a peaceful protest for the Irish people to collectively come and join together and voice their opinion in a peaceful protest against this corruption of this Irish cobbled together Irish government in what they're inflicting on us Irish citizens. Look, so I'm pleading with as many women and men to attend this peaceful protest on Saturday. Look, lots of people have made contact with me in relation to Daniel Mar Collins, the grandniece of Michael Collins, running for the Áras. Now, I've looked at the TikTok that she did and where she mentioned my name, and now I've done again further research into this, and I found out that this Michael Collins's grandniece is going to run for the seat for the Áras, whether it's with Sinn Féin, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, or as an independent. Whoever said she's not is certainly mistaken, because this lady is a very clever lady and she seems to have all her ducks in a row. And I'm after checking out now, first of all, her DNA, and I managed to get a hold of her birth cert online, and I can confirm now that she 100% is Michael Collins's grandniece. What's very interesting when I went digging a little bit deeper was that she has brought up all the domain names for the presidential election. Now, while the Irish cobbled together government were asleep and were fighting and arguing in the Dáil and are on holidays, she went and registered. Wait till you hear the names, the domain names she's registered. Irish Presidential Election 2025.ie, Áras2025.ie, Irish Presidential Election 2025.com, and Irish Presidential Election 2025.ie. Now, I've also researched that she has opened a big can of worms, I believe, about trying to get hold of her Irish birth certificate from the HSE, and the lengths that she's had to go to find out who her biological father was. I also found out that she ran a phenomenal aesthetics clinic business in Dublin, but left her career in her pursuits of the arts in LA in Hollywood. I've seen the TikTok now again, as I said, and she did about me. And just to clarify that I'm not the mole, but it looks like some party is going to put her on the political party is going to put her on the Áras ticket, and I don't believe for 1 minute that a grandniece of Michael Collins will run for Sinn Féin with her political pedigree bloodline is black Fine Gael. But look, some political party is stirring it up, and I'm sure now that when I go digging another little bit deeper in a few days, that the name will become more relevant as the weeks unfold. But look, it's all to play for now for the Áras, and it's going to be very interesting now who the political parties will now put up to run as president, and how many independent candidates may throw their name into the hat. But you know, something is stirring in the background with this Danielle Marr Collins lady, and people have contacted me and they're reaching out to her and they're reaching out to me, and I'd actually love to actually sit down and have a chat with her. So, you know, if that's something that she'd be open to, and you know, then, you know, show to ye, the great people of Ireland, what she's made of, and it's, you know, her ambitions to become a president if she chose to do so. But look, when somebody goes to that length to buy the domain names, they're not stupid. They're very strategic in their work ethic, and, you know, to be buying these domain names, and now the Irish government can't get hold of them. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. But look, I, Michelle Keane, am keen on my country, and I'm asking every Irish citizen to attend the Garden of Remembrance peaceful protest this Saturday at 2 p.m, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Look, I'm Michelle Keane, I'm keen on my country, and let's make Ireland great again. Gura Míle Maith Agaibh.